Hi everybody, how you doing? Welcome one, welcome all to my show for today. Welcome to Traveling with Bruce. I am Bruce, your host, here from Creston, British Columbia.
To my show.
I hope you're having a great day today. It's going great here. Beautiful, warm day today. Going to be in the 80s again. Not hot, just lovely, warm day. You gotta love that. Welcome to my chat. We love talking about cruise ships here. You've come to the right place. If you're into cruise ship vacations, going on a holiday, including a cruise ship somewhere, whether you're talking about port cities or cruise line news or new ships, old ships, refurbished ships, ships in trouble, whatever it might be. We talk about all that kind of stuff. Thank you for coming back and joining me live. I like to be on here 6 days a week, Monday to Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern, Saturdays at 2. On Tuesdays and Thursday nights, this being Tuesday, I'm on twice. I'm on 8 o'clock tonight for live trivia. If you want to get away from the TV for a while and all that nasty nonsense on there, hang out with us 8 o'clock tonight for live trivia. We have fun. I've got my questions loaded up, ready to go. No Googling, no cheating tonight. I'm looking forward to it. It is June the 18th, 2019. This channel is approaching 22 months and a week of age, roughly, and it's getting more exciting every day. 2 years ago, I started with absolutely nothing, no views, no following, no zero. I went full-time into YouTube August the 12th, 2017. Right off the bat, I went full-time, and I decided I would give everything I could give to building a YouTube channel, see how it would work out for me. And it took a couple of days to figure out a couple of logistics on how to upload videos and how to do editing software and how to learn tag words and keywords. And oh my gosh. Then I quickly figured out, oh my God, you can't just do a YouTube channel as a YouTuber. You got to learn how to do Instagram. You got to learn how to do Facebook stuff. You have to know how to do all the other online media stuff. I knew nothing, zero. I watched YouTube videos as a hobby. I loved watching YouTube videos. I've been watching YouTube videos since 2008, 7, and I felt about a year before I started this channel that I thought I might try this. I might give this a shot, and I took a good year to really think about it. Then I took about 3 months before I started to really look into it deeply. And by the time I was doing it, I had already been literally spending 6-8 hours a day learning about YouTube, and then went at it. But the first videos that I did, they're terrible. They're awful. I loved the videos. I thought I had some winners here. The videos I did originally were of Germany. I had just done a trip back in 2015, my third trip in a year to Germany. And I had a bunch of photos and videos that I'd done and taken, not knowing I'd ever be a YouTuber. And I cobblestoned some stuff together and put up some videos about Berlin and Germany itself. And I love it. Not great in the views, but experience, yes, great experience for yours truly to learn some of the basics. And I kept watching how everyone else does what they're doing and realized there are some real professional filmmaker types out there that make unbelievable quality videos. Then there are the real amateurs who really stay basic, and then there's those who, you know, well, we all evolve, I guess. But in my case, I evolved, and I found that after talking about cruise ships from time to time, because I love going on cruises, I had a lot of photos about and video on cruise ships, and I thought I'd start making videos about cruise ships. And those started getting a reaction. And that's where my subscribers started to come from, is because of my interest in cruise shipping. January 2018, I did my first live stream. And now here we are, June 2019, a year and a half later. I have now done about, say, 550 live telecasts now. I've done 390 something recorded shows and recorded videos, and the rest of the other 900 plus are live. So wow, that's come a long way. And I have over 120 countries where people watch me from around the world. Fantastic, love it, humbled by that. and the subscriber count. A year ago, after a year of plugging away, or almost a year of plugging away, we were at about 2,000 subscribers. We're up now, maybe 1,900. Today, we are now over 27,000. We're at 27,119 a few minutes ago, on our way to 28,000, 29,000, and the big 30,000. Unbelievable. It's going to happen. We added 150 yesterday, I think it was. It was a nice run yesterday. Really amazing. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to this channel and the format, I appreciate you being here. If you've never been here before, my live show, please say hi to me. Tell me where you're watching me from, especially if you're a first timer. Oh, I'd love to find out where my newbies are coming from. If you're new to this channel, say hi, Bruce, first time here, watching you from wherever. What's your name of the town you're in? If you're in America, just tell me the name of the city. If you're from overseas, love to find out the city, the country you're with, and tell us today, like most of my regulars are saying today, what's your high temperature today? What's the price of gas where you live? Has it been going up or down? And some of you have been kind enough. How did you find me? I'd love to find out how did you ever find me on this channel? I had one person the other day tell me that I found your channel because I like watching Jim Walker, Cruise Law News, and he was doing a story about something, and he mentioned your channel. Somehow your channel was mentioned in there. I know that he has occasionally picked up a couple things that I've talked about, and I cannot express how appreciative I am for any mention ever. And I don't mind if vloggers out there want to use my videos to make a point on a story. Don't mind that a bit, as long as it links back to this channel. I'm a happy guy. It helps promote this channel. Anyway, that's how he found me. I'm always curious, how have you folks figured out I exist? How do you know I'm here? Did someone tell you about me? Did you just stumble into me on YouTube? Were you looking up something else and then you found me? Anyway, if it's an interesting tale that you want to share, let me know. I'd love to find out. Thanks everybody for being here. For all of you who support this channel in every way you do, thank you. Those of you who just watch these videos, thank you if you're watching my live show or my videos. Thank you for sharing my short videos. A lot of you should share my short videos right off of YouTube to your friends on Facebook or other media. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for joining my Traveling with Bruce group page on Facebook. Traveling with Bruce, spelled with 2 L's right up there. Come on over to the Facebook group page and join the folks who are here. They hang out over there between shows. A lot of my followers post videos and photos of their favorite ships, cruises that they've been on, holidays they've been taking, and we share advice on cruising there as well. So if you have a question about cruising, can't get it from me here, might be able to get an answer from me over there. Thank you for those of you who give me thumbs ups on the live shows and also on my videos, on my reruns. Thank you for those of you who make comments on the live show and also on my recorded live shows and also on my recorded shows, period. Thank you for all of that participation. That just builds momentum with YouTube's computers. The analytics go crazy over in San Francisco. They realize that this channel has momentum to it and has a lot of engagement between creator and viewer. Thank you. And then finally, last couple points, those of you who are kind enough to acquire a TWB item, whether it's a t-shirt you buy or a coffee mug or a travel mug or a wall clock or whatever, through my RedBubble store, link is down below. And also those of you who go to my Amazon page through my affiliate link, just down below here is an address for Amazon. If you click on that, you'll be sent right to Amazon's homepage. And there are folks who watch me and will occasionally buy something on Amazon, and they think about me when they do it. They go, I'm going to buy something on Amazon today using Bruce's link, because Bruce gets a commission on anything I buy on Amazon. Someone gets the commission, might as well be TWB. I call it pennies from heaven. Thank you very much for that, folks. I really appreciate it. And of course, all the donations that you make either on my live shows or through my donate button on PayPal. Speaking of donation on PayPal, Peter Heckema, thank you again for a donation, a Tuesday donation, as we call it here. Really appreciate it as always. Thank you, sir, for your undying support of this channel. I cannot thank you enough. I cannot wait to meet you in person. The day will come. A handshake will not do. Thank you very, very much. All of you out there for supporting this channel. Thank you. All right, news of the day. Let's get to what I want to mention today. I uploaded a video this morning regarding the Panama Canal. I'm not sure if you've caught it yet, but I caught this story. I think I saw a little thing on it yesterday, and then I read a little more on it today. And I decided I would do a video on the Panama Canal because that is one of those places that a lot of cruisers have it's a bucket list. It's a bucket list cruise for a lot of people to take a cruise through the Panama Canal. It is one of the most incredible engineering feats of all time, completed in the early 1900s at the cost of thousands and thousands of lives. Many, many people died trying to make this thing work and get it done. It was finally completed in the early 1900s. Today it is a well-oiled machine. There are the original locks that were originally built and have been modernized and maintained, and a new lock. They've added a new secondary lock, wider than the original, to handle larger ships, and it's now up and running as well. So, as far as I know, 14,000 vessels a year transit the Panama Canal. Cruise ships definitely go through the Panama Canal, have for decades, of course. And I found out that the Panama authorities are looking to raise prices starting January 2020 for ships transiting the Panama Canal. And that got me thinking, well, how much does it cost? How much does it cost for a cruise ship to go through the Panama Canal? It used to be that when the Panama Canal was first built, the whole point of it was to cut transit time between the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Makes sense. Over the years, from the early 1900s to now, things have changed a lot. I mean, a lot. Back in the day, back there, for travelers or for cargo ships, it was a must. I mean, if you wanted to get items from Europe to Los Angeles, or you wanted to get product from LA to London, England, you could have done it by rail, I guess, from London over to New York, and then or to Philadelphia, and then get it on a cargo ship and get it to London. But there's there are a lot of shippers around the world who are using the Panama Canal to go from the Pacific to the Atlantic, or Atlantic to the Pacific, and get cargo where it's got to go, rather than going around South America. That was the whole point of the Panama Canal in the first place. Don't have to go around South America as a shipper. For cruise ship passengers, obviously, or just people in transit on ships, same thing. You go through the Panama Canal rather than all the way through around South America with all the perils you could have, all the days, all that time. Here you would cut through and get to where you got to go quicker. Today, for cruise ship passengers, there are cruise ships everywhere. I mean, if you want to take a cruise from LA to Mexico and back, you just fly to LA and grab it. You want to take an Alaska cruise, you don't have to go from Miami through the Panama Canal. You just go from Miami, fly to Seattle, catch the ship. They're waiting for you. Cruise ships are where you want to be. The cruise ships are waiting for you where you want to be. But the trick is you have to find a way to get the cruise ships to these spots. So every spring, cruise lines have to get ships to Seattle and Vancouver to start Alaska cruises. And the best way to get a cruise ship from the Caribbean to the Alaska area is through the Panama Canal. The best way to get a ship in the fall from the Alaska circuit back to the Caribbean circuit is through the Panama Canal. That just makes the most sense. Now, you could sell a sailing from Vancouver or Seattle all the way down the coast, all the way around South America, all the way back to Miami. You could make one of these 28-day, 31-day deals, and they are offered. A few, but not that many. Because most passengers just don't have that much time to take off to do it. And the cruise lines kind of find that they really have a tough time selling those cruises for top dollar and sell out completely. The best way the cruise line can make money is to offer a Panama Canal cruise from, let's say, Los Angeles to Miami, because you're USA to a USA end port. You're going to catch a lot of American interest. You're going to be able to offer a 14-day, 15-day cruise, which is just the right amount of time for a lot of people to catch this kind of cruise rather than 31 days. And they'll get top dollar. And that's what happens. Cruise lines sell out these cruises over capacity, and they get their passengers eventually into Miami or Fort Lauderdale or Port Canaveral. Some cruises, of course, go from LA to New York or New York to LA. I mean, there's all kinds of combinations through the canal, but they're very, very popular. And they're very profitable. And that begs the question, how much does it cost to get a cruise line through the Panama Canal? Let me tell you, if you're running a cruise ship between 3,000 and 3,999 passengers, so 3,000 to 4,000 passengers, you run a cruise ship of that size, Starting January of 2020, so in like 6 months from now, you're going to start paying $452,849 minimum to get through the canal, either direction. But, and here's the thing with cruises, as a cruise ship operator, you have to know that you can get through that passage on a certain day, because your cruise starts on this date, wherever you're starting from, and it ends over here on a certain date, wherever you're going from, and you got to be in the canal on a certain day. Now, a cruise line can be flexible with a Panama Canal crossing, depending on if they want to make a reservation, which is what they do. They make a reservation with the authority there in Panama, and they are given a time slot. They're saying, all right, folks, you're going to be able to get your ship through the canal Tuesday from 10 in the morning until 6 in the evening. You're going to go through the canal, or 7 in the morning until 5, whatever the time is. But it has to be here on this particular day. The cruise line will then alter its departure from the departure port and its stops on its itinerary to get to the Panama Canal on that day from either direction, east or west side. To get a reservation is an additional minimum $35,000. Yes, I'd like to make a reservation for two for a steak dinner, please. What's that? $200 reservation fee? What? Yes, $35,000 reservation fee for a cruise ship, and that's probably going to go up, and $452,849 to get through the canal. So I'm talking about roughly $150 a passenger is the cost to get through the canal. If you're going on the Norwegian Bliss, which has now gone through 3 times. The Bliss went through to Alaska its first time last year, came back to Miami, back for the winter season, and then back up to Seattle now. It's gone through the Panama Canal 3 times. Starting January of 2020, the Bliss is going to pay $623,164. $623,164. Because the ship can hold between 4,000 and 5,000 passengers at a time, and that is the rate, minimum rate, for that type of ship with that type of tonnage, plus the reservation fee. Again, still comes out to about approximately, give or take, $150 a passenger American to get through the canal. So the bigger the ship, the more people, the more you pay, and 12% of the entire GDP of the country of Panama is earned from running the Panama Canal. It is that profitable for the country of Panama that 1/8 of all of its national economic might that it has is generated from just the canal's operations. So that is a big deal there. But I will say this, have you noticed at the southern border of the United States, they talk about all the desperados trying to come through into America, all these people desperately trying to get into the USA as refugees or any way they can get in. You don't see any Panamanians. You just don't. There are I don't know if there are any Panamanians trying to get through the US border on a desperate escape from their country. Panama is quite stable. It has a pretty good standard of living down there. If you've ever seen Panama City, it is a modern metropolis. And the Panama Canal has a lot to do with all of it. The more economically viable a country is, the fewer citizens try to leave it in desperation. And for America, Panamanians aren't a problem. And there you go. So check out that video if you can. I got some really neat photos that I've uploaded there. I hope you like them. And if you like that video, please give me a thumbs up on that video. And as I said, if you wouldn't mind, if you're able to for me, please share that video with friends of yours who might be interested in the Panama Canal story. I found the numbers fascinating. It's 400,000+ or 600,000 bucks for a ship to go through. Container vessels pay more. Giant cargo vessels with all those trailers on top, you're upwards of $1.1 million to get a big cargo ship through the Panama Canal. 1.1 million has been paid by ship operators to get through. It's worth it because it's a lot cheaper than taking a ship all the way around South America and up, whichever direction you want to go, whether it's LA to New York, New York to LA, or whatever you want, Europe to wherever you want to go, Tokyo, it doesn't matter. It's cheaper to go through the canal and a lot faster. 8 to 10 hours transit time is generally required to get through the canal. So there you have it. That's story number 1. Story number 2, Royal Caribbean owns a cruise line known as Azamara. Azamara Club is what it's actually called, Azamara Club. Azamara Club has changed its name. It is now going to be known as Azamara. Whew, big deal, yeah. Why are they calling themselves Azamara? I think they need the publicity. They just want to set up a new image for themselves. I'm not exactly sure. Sometimes corporations change names just to kind of shake things up and get things going. To me, it's a failure of management. If your company can't make it on the name you created, maybe we need new management. That's just me, but I'm old school. What do I know? Anyway, but the announcement that was made with respect to the changing of the name Azamara, to me, had nothing to do with that. What really was talked about, and what they really wanted to mention was they wanted to get publicity about how the company is changing. It is not going to be exclusively a cruise company anymore. It's now going to be a company with a lot of land-based options as well as a cruise company. This is a subsidiary line that Royal Caribbean owns and operates, and it's run out of London, England, I believe, out of the UK. And the big to-do here, the big announcement, the change, the thing to look forward to, and this is something I've mentioned before about how cruise companies are evolving. This is the beginning of it here, and we're going to see more of this. This will eventually come right into all of the cruise lines we know and love. I believe within 5 years, this will be normal. Right now, the company has announced at Azamara that they're going to be adding 3- and 6-night pre- and or post-cruise land vacations along with a cruise. So you might book a 6-night cruise, and you might book a 3-night pre-cruise getaway, land getaway, then your cruise. It might be a 6-night. It might be 6 nights after, 3 nights after. I see this as becoming normal. This is going to become the new way of doing it because cruise lines have figured it out in the last 5-10 years. It has become apparent to them that, gosh, if we can get these people into our system, into our world, into our property, onto our property, and hold them longer in every way, we make more money. Disney does it. Disney has been doing it since 1970 in Orlando. They have their own property in Orlando with all these hotels and these various Epcot Center and the Animal Kingdom and on. I mean, all these divisions of Disney, all these hotels and restaurants, all the transportation built in, all those parking lots, all those RV campgrounds, all of it together. And now Disney has a cruise line over here in Port Canaveral, and they're combining a cruise with a stay at Disney World. And the person who lands there, gets off the airplane in Orlando, they get their bags from checkout, and they walk out of the airport. The first thing they walk to, if they're in part of this deal, they're walking onto a bus. That's a Disney chartered bus. They're now on Disneyland property, right there. They're not on anyone else's property, period. The entire vacay from that moment until they get back to the airport and get off that last vehicle is on Disneyland property. And Azamara is thinking, well, why don't we do the same thing here from the UK? Why don't we do land-based vacations and do cruises in combination? And I think it's going to get very exotic, very complicated. It's not going to be as simple as a 3-day pre or a 3 or 6-day post-cruise deal. I think we're going to see some really unique stuff going forward. To me, one of the most exotics could be someday a trip to the Serengeti, where you're going to see the all the animals roam on the open plains of the Serengeti. You're going to be on a cruise that might start in the United Kingdom, might start in Southampton, might start in Rome, and you'll go through the Suez Canal, and the ship will come down to a port somewhere in Africa. Obviously somewhere secure, and it could be decades down the road. Of course, don't quote me on like it's going to start next week. Little tough right now in Sudan and Somalia and other areas, pirating and so on. But nonetheless, I can see the day where a cruise ship company will make a deal. Well, they'll have a port facility. They'll drop their 500 people off, 200 people, 5,000, whatever the number is. Not everybody on the cruise will do this, but a certain number of people get off the ship after their first week. They will then be on a safari, all run by the cruise line, and or an affiliate of the cruise line. They will do that for a week, and then they'll come back to the port. The ship will be waiting for them because the ship will have gone and come back. They'll get back on a ship and return back to the beginning port. I can see Australia doing this. I can see New Zealand doing this. I can see this happening from, say, Singapore to Sydney, Australia, and back, and vice versa, where you'll spend time in Sydney or you'll spend time in Singapore. I can see it happening from the North American angle, where you'll attract a family to Miami. They'll get on a cruise ship. The ship will do the Caribbean for 5-6 days, including private islands, obviously, as we know. And it might stop at a private island for 4 days, which has a full-blown resort attached to it, with a hotel resort, private beach, all the amenities, everything. And they get off that ship, and they get on the next ship of the same cruise line that 4 days later picks them up. And it might be a Royal Caribbean line, and the entire deal is a 12-day trip, which included 4 days on land and 8 days at sea, or any combination thereof. I see this coming, and why not? The cruise lines will own and operate the land properties. They will own and operate their ships, and they will own their clientele for up to 2 weeks and or longer. I see this going way beyond just a little tiny little trip. There's so much more to it. It's going to be very interesting. Not cheap. I'm not talking about discount cruises here. I'm not talking about Kmart pricing here. This is not a Carnival special. I see this as a higher end way to go, but there's a demand for this. I think the 5-star luxury cruise lines and up are going to really get into land-based work as well as their ships. They'll use the ships as the conduit to get you to where you got to go, pamper you on board, and then pamper you on shore. And you'll go forward. You'll never do another vacation again. You're gonna be hooked on these guys. And with Rome and with Naples, Florence, Italy, I could see where you get off the ship in Rome, and you spend 4 days in Rome at a property there, and you'll have train passes. And at the end of your 4th day, you're back to your ship. The ship then takes you to I don't know, say Nice in France, and Villefranche-sur-Mer, perhaps Sur-Mer, and you're dropped off for 4 days there. You're going to do Monaco for 4 days. You're going to be at a resort in Monaco for 4 days. You're going to see the whole area. You might have a rental car. You might not. You might not do anything. You just lie around and schlep. And then you get back on your ship, and back to Southampton you go, or back to Rome, or wherever the ship started from. I see this as a huge, huge business, and I think the cruise lines are going there for a lot of reasons. And for passengers, they're going to think about value, but they're going to really think more about security. They're going to think about professional being looked after by pros. They're going to have tour guides, second to none. They're going to have 6-star meals, 6-star bedding, and everything handled from one pivot point, and it's all one and done. I think it's just an absolute winner. Don't be surprised if they offer business class airfare as part of the package from wherever you are in the world. They'll give you a quote and say, "Oh, you're from Seattle? Oh, sure, yeah, okay. We'll get you to Rome on business class, and you'll catch the ship there, and it'll be 6-star luxury all the way, and then your business class all the way home. And here's your all-in price, and you'll have a tough time beating it on your own, because you can't put something like this together by yourself. There's no combination of existing stuff for you to do. We'll see. Anyway, there's a couple of thoughts from this old guy. I've been around a while. Getting old. Love to speculate about the future. I think the Azamara announcement, like I said, was really interesting with regard to the pre and post cruise thing, and also for multi-generational cruising. This is it. Grandma and grandpa are going to take the grandkids on stuff like this. Watch me. Hear my words. It's going to happen. Grandma and grandpa are going to do cruises pre and post, all in with Disney or all in with Universal Studios and a cruise line in tandem. There'll be deals made. Every city in the world will want in on this. That's on water. LA will want in. Frisco will want in. Portland. There will be land excursions available in combination, and I see this as a growing area. It's an area where cruise ships can really grow their business. Because right now, look what's happening in Venice. They don't want them. What's happening in Amsterdam? They don't want the cruise ships anymore there. They're not as many. They want way fewer. Dubrovnik. It's a nightmare for passengers. How many people have written me? And thank you for those of you who have been writing me and telling me about your experiences. People are telling me about Rome. They're telling me about Florence. They're telling me about Barcelona. They're telling me about Naples. They're telling me about getting off the ship in Oslo, Helsinki, St. Petersburg, all the usual locations, all the usual spots. And they're telling me about the crowds, the goddamn crowds. They're just not stopping. And they're letting me know in no uncertain terms, I didn't like it. I thought this was going to be a really exotic trip. It was going to be a really great holiday. And I'm getting stressed out when I'm getting off the ship to go to catch my bus to whatever place I'm going to. When I get there, there's 40 buses there already. And now I'm bus 41 with 60 more people. There's 5,000 of us all over this place. I'm getting these comments again and again and again and again. And I'm asking myself, if I'm a cruise line operator, president of a cruise company, I'm a marketing director of a cruise company, I'm a planner for a cruise company, I'm thinking to myself, this isn't working for my company anymore. I'm looking after the people, trying to keep them calm and happy on board my cruise ships. They're getting all stressed out when they get off the ship, and then when they're back on the ship, they're a wreck, and they aren't happy about it. They're not getting their nice selfies. The selfies they're taking of themselves, there's 4 people behind them. They're not going to take this cruise ever again. We got to do something else. And this is where this thing is coming. This is coming. Land-based partnership deals with cruise lines is going to become a huge deal. And I think people are going to really like it. And it'll spread the people out. It'll really do that. Okay. Who's here today? I'd like to say hi to everybody. 73 of you are watching right now. Thank you for tolerating my rant. 38 thumbs up so far. Thank you very much for that. Let me know, like I said, if you're new to the show, you're new to my channel, please say hi to me. Tell me you're a first timer. Tell me where you're from. If you're one of my regulars, please say hi to me too. And I'll give a shout out to everybody who's here if I can. I see Vivian in the house from the UK. Duncan N is here. Welcome, Duncan. Megan Frost is here. Linda Lou is here today from Reno. Who else have I got here? Ed Tollison from the Big Apple, the Bronx. Welcome, Ed, to the show. 70 outside, he says. Alan Carter from Calgary. Hey, pal, how's it going today? Welcome, sir. Duncan N, like I said, he says it's been raining. It seems like days. SFL Spotter is here. Welcome, buddy. Who else have I got here? Excuse me. SFL Spotter, 76 thunder showers, 251 for petrol, Palm Beach, Florida. There you go. Thank you for that. Who else have I got? Moving on here. Peter Montner, 30 degrees sunny in Kingston. Welcome, Peter. Brittany Lockwood. Hi, Brittany. Welcome back from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Welcome, my dear. Robert Scott, congrats on 27,000 subs, Bruce. The next stop, 28,000. We are looking forward to it. 119 already passed the 27,000 mark. We are on the way. That's fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for all your support. Kelly Haston, yes, it's TWB time. Andrew Cabate is here. Hi, Andrew. Who else have I got? Scott Weber. Hi, everybody. It's 65 overcast here in Palos. Johnny Fitzhume, what are we talking about today? Just heard it. Paul Callahan. Hello, Bruce. Welcome, Paul, to the show. Peter Heckema, thank you again for your donation. And he says, hi, Bruce and all. I'm listening from the boat today. Tarpon Springs weather is 89 degrees and sunny. Gulf of Mexico water temperature is 89. This summer, the water temperature will get up to 95. I watched your videos. Great job. Thank you. Thank you, Peter, for that and all your support of this channel. You've seen this channel come a long way since you joined in. Fantastic. By the way, Peter Heckema is the first viewer ever to buy a T-shirt from TWB, the first ever to get one. And thank you for your early and ongoing support of my channel, Peter. Thank you. Wes Morrison is saying hello there. 92 and sunny here in New Braunfels, Texas. Less than 24 hours, we went from 209 a gallon to 219 a gallon. How about that? Duncan N. Yeah, 27,000 plus subs. Way to go, Bruce. Scott Weber, Linda Lou. I live on the coast. We call this June gloom because every year at this time, this is what happens. Christy Hogue is here. Hi there, Christy. Welcome to my channel. David C. Perkins. Hello. Welcome, David C. Who else have I got? Christy is saying hi from Indianapolis. How are you from Indianapolis? Welcome from the Twin Cities, Indianapolis, St. Paul. Maria is here. Hi there, dear. Mike Mesner. Hello from West Virginia. Welcome, Mike, from beautiful West Virginia. Nice to have you here, too. Who else have I got? Rob Slevin. Hi, Bruce and TWB crew. Bruce, I was able to use your Amazon link to get the clear luggage tags. couldn't find them. Couldn't find them in town. Thank you. Yes, if you do go to my Amazon connection, I have an Amazon store that I've listed items that you can buy there that are kind of cruise related. Jennifer put some personal picks together that she would recommend. But then you could just go to Amazon itself through my link and just shop until you drop on whatever it is you get all the time. So if you buy regular stuff at Amazon anyway, you can keep doing that, and you get it. You're sending me a commission anyway, because a part of the purchase price will just come to the channel. So thank you for all of you guys for that. Thank you, Rob. Let's go here. Mike Tapia is here. Hello from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I love saying Albuquerque. Welcome, my man, from New Mexico. Glad you're here, Mike. This is great. Let's see. Al Perlstein. Greetings from Commerce Township in Michigan. Welcome, Al, from Commerce Township. I don't know where that is in Michigan. Are you anywhere near Frankenmuth? That was a pretty cool place. Are you anywhere near the Mackinac Bridge? Where exactly are you from? This is great. I'm glad you're here, buddy. James Gatewood said something, but he retracted. Brittany, hi, Bruce, and everybody. Linda Lou, did Bruce say his first live stream was January 18? Yes, my first live stream, January the 6th, 2018, which was a test. Lasted about 30 minutes. I went live. I'd never done it before. I had 200 subscribers. I was on for 30 odd minutes, and the meter, it always tells me how many people are watching. The meter was telling me I had like 11 people watching. But the problem was I hadn't figured out how to get the messaging to work. So I couldn't see the messages that were coming in. Jennifer was watching the show in the bedroom because she knew I was doing this. And she had her iPad with her little iPad, and she had tuned to the show. And she could see me on the air with the comments coming in. And there were like 2 people commenting. And I was saying to the world at large, all 11 viewers, I'm sorry, I don't see the comments. I'll try to figure this out the next time I come on live in a couple of days, but just bear with me. So I just went into a spiel. I had some information that I was going to talk about, and I did my show, and then I said my goodbyes. And after the show, I then went to the channel. But see, back in those days, in those YouTube days, you couldn't go back, watch the rerun with the chat. You could only watch the rerun without the chat, so I couldn't see it. Anyway, 2 days later, I went back live again, and this time by that time I figured out what to do, and I went live, and I ended up with about 14 viewers. Lasted about 45, 50 minutes or something like that. And after the 8th of January 18, I've been live ever since, and that's how it went. I thought I would do 1 or 2 lives a week when I started. Within a week, I knew I could go daily because there's so much news going on all the time that I'll just go daily, and that's what I started to do, going 6 days a week, taking Sundays off. And then I added trivia not too long after that. So there you go. That's the history of the live part of the show, the live part of this channel. Sylvan Forest. Hi, Bruce and everybody. 86 in Delray Beach. Storm is brewing here. I've got a drink and cigar started. Hi, I've hit the thumbs up. Subscribe and please hit the notification button for Bruce. The homemade turkey pot pie for dinner and mangoes for from our tree for dessert. Oh man, that sounds awesome. Fantastic, Sylvan. Way to go, pal. Thank you for your support, too. Rob Slevin, 79 Fahrenheit in Lexington, Kentucky. Gas, $2.63 a gallon. Right on. Thank you, Rob, for that. Linda Lou, hi, Sylvan. Mangoes from your tree. That sounds great. Maria, 3rd time. Orlando, Florida. 3rd timer. Thank you, Maria, for being a 3rd timer. That's great. Scott Weber, hi there, Sylvan. Don Beck, hi, Bruce. Joining from 93-degree Bethany Beach, Delaware. Fantastic, Don. Thank you from traveling with Bruce in Creston, British Columbia, all the way to Delaware. I'm glad you're here, buddy. That's fantastic. James Gatewood is saying, Lehman, South Carolina. We're ready for our magical Halloween cruise on the Carnival Magic on October the 26th to November the 3rd. Right on, James. That should be a great time. Thank you for joining me from Lehman, South Carolina. I got Carolinians all over this channel. Pamplemousse, hello, Bruce and all. Just returned from my Alaskan cruise aboard the Norwegian Joy. How was it? Did you like it? What do you think of the ship? Tell me. Are there any? Is there any kind of what am I looking for? Is there any sign or indication that that ship used to be in China, or has it been completely Americanized? Did you find any hint that the Norwegian Joy started off as a specialty ship for the China market, or is it completely Americanized? I'd love to know that. And anything else you want to tell me about the Joy, please do. Pamplemousse, Sylvan, hi, Scott Weber. Duncan N, great. James, great ship. Lots of fun, exciting people. Dawn, hi, Bruce. I'm new here. I found you surfing YouTube Love cruising. I love cruising on Royal Caribbean, and I'm from Connecticut in the USA. Dawn, how are you? Love the fact that you found me. This is fabulous. Thank you, YouTube, for getting you to me. A lot of people find me by looking around, and they look up YouTube cruise videos, and then eventually they see on the side, who's this? Who's this guy traveling with Bruce? He's got these big, bold red letters on his thumbnails all the time. Should I watch any of this guy's stuff? And I'm glad you did. And thank you for joining me live. You found out my show. This is fabulous. I'm glad you're here. If you don't have time to watch me live and babble on, which a lot of people accuse me of, I do upload short videos as often as possible, usually 4 to 6 a week. And so you can always catch up on the latest news by catching my short videos as well. But thank you for being here. I welcome you. Margaret Lewis, Louisville, Kentucky, 82 degrees. I just received a flash flood warning via the phone. Gas $2.57 a gallon. When will this rain stop? Margaret, welcome to my channel from beautiful Louisville, Kentucky. I'm glad you made it. Stay safe out there. And thank you for being here. Sylvana saying, hey, Bruce, that's a nice shirt there you got there. Looks pretty good on you. I like this logo. Got a guy who makes logos for me. You would not believe it. Fantastic. Glenn from Brisbane, Australia. He's in the house. Hi, Bruce and all. TWB team. Welcome, Glenn from beautiful Brisbane. How are you, my friend? Andrew Cavite. Hi, Bruce. We might go on the Carnival Panorama or on the Norwegian Joy in March 2020. Right on that Norwegian. The Carnival Panorama is the latest ship that will be delivered to Carnival late this year. It will be housed and working out of Long Beach. It'll replace the Splendor, and it'll be the new workhorse for Carnival out of Long Beach, California. Linda Kuziak. Hello, everybody. Hi, Linda. Linda Lou. I love both of my Panama Canal cruises. Duncan and Bruce told my wife about the Bruce, I told my wife about the group cruise. Can't wait for it. She told me that she needs 3 months notice due to working in the medical field. I haven't announced a group cruise or anything like that. As soon as I book a cruise, I'll let you guys know. And if you can join my lovely wife and I on the cruise, where you'll actually get to see her, that would be great. I'll let you know. Linda Lou, now I want to go through the new lock. I want to go through the new locks as Linda Lou. Margaret Lewis, done the canal twice, once via Disney Magic and once via train from Panama City to Cologne and back. It was wonderful both ways. Right on, Margaret. That's cool. Linda Lou, welcome, Dawn. Rob Slevin, last December, I was on a Hall America cruise to the Panama Canal, though we just went through the East Locks and then back out to the Gulf of Mexico. I took a bus trip to Panama City, though. I did that. Fantastic, Rob. Even a partial is something. It's really neat to see that. Chili Falls is here. Nasty thunderstorm in Forest, Virginia. Welcome, Chili Falls, to the show today. Duncan and hello, Brittany. Sylvan Forest, 2 Panama Canal cruises, 1 full transit, 1 partial. Entering and leaving from the Gatun locks. Full transit is better. Truly one of the modern day wonders. Absolutely. It's on my bucket list as well. It's something I'd love to do someday. Scott Weber, I want a Panama Canal cruise from LA. Yes, sir. Linda Lou, I agree. Sylvan, Tom Henry. Hi, everybody. Hey, Tom, buddy, how are you? Linda Kuziak, hello, Tom. Linda Lou, hi there, Mr. Tom. Margaret Lewis, the cruise ship has to have a Panamanian pilot. I got to meet ours. He had lunch and partied with me and my friends. The only time he worked was to negotiate the locks. 8 to 10 hours is what it takes to go through. So there you go. There is downtime in between, I guess. Tom Henry Sylvan is here. Missed you last week. Did you see my tribute to Lucy? Scott Weber, I don't want to fly to Florida for a Caribbean cruise. I'll get there through the Panama Canal. There you go. Right on, Scott. Good plan. Linda Lou says, Scott, Princess has them from LA to Fort Lauderdale. Princess offers them. That they definitely do. Sylvan Forest, Tom Henry, I was busy with a big project of mine last week. I couldn't be here. I did watch the reruns when I could spare some time, though. Scott Weber, Linda Lou, I want to try Princess. I have Cruise Carnival and Hall America. I have Celebrity Book for Asia, so I'm looking at 2021 to get through that canal. Linda Lou, Scott has went Frisco to Fort Lauderdale. Right on. Let's see. Rob Slevin. I was told by the Panama Canal excursion guide that the cruise lines pay a huge lump sum yearly for the ship's schedule to go through the locks, and the ships just need to schedule a time. Scott Weber, it's not the cruise ships. There are a gazillion container ships and tankers that transit it. That's why they build the bigger locks. That's why they did that. It wasn't for the Bliss. It was for the big freight ships. That's correct. Scott Weber, you're absolutely right. Cruise ships are mere drop in the bucket as to what ships go through the Panama Canal. It's container ships, tanker ships, all kinds of commercial vessels, of course. Cruise ships are just a fraction of what goes through there. Let's see. Here's Linda Lou says, Scott, I like Holland America too. A lot there. Panama Canal cruises go to San Diego. MGM traveling. Hi, everybody. Hey, MGM. How are you, buddy? Glenn Edinburgh. That is amazing, Bruce. All that money made just from the Panama Canal. Yep, 12% of the GDP of Panama from the Panama Canal itself. It pays for a lot of education, healthcare, roads, infrastructure. You bet. Yeah. Alrighty. Glenn Sylvan Forrest. The full transit of Legend of the Seas cost $225,000 US. Fees are estimated by the ship's size and number of passengers. It used to be up until like right till now, right this minute, they do it by the number of berths, number of beds. But now they're changing it to the number of people. So if a cruise line is going to 110% capacity, where the kids are in the cabin with mom and dad and they're sleeping on the couch, now the kids are part of the equation. The number is going way up for the cruise lines, way up. It's going to be much more. Mark Van Ram, guess who paid to dig the Panama Canal? Guess who funded it? Who funded to build the Panama Canal? Yes, the Americans upped the money. They put the money on the counter. They hired engineers and it got done. But the America's been paid back. It's been all paid back. The loans are all paid off. But yes, the USA was the country that led the charge to get it done after years and years of failure. I think there is a PBS show out there, and I'm not sure if it was ever done by the guy who did the beautiful PBS work for the Civil War and the Great Depression and baseball and jazz. And I'm not sure if he did one on the Panama Canal or not. Rick, no, not Rick. Can't remember the name of that director. He does some incredible work. I had seen some PBS footage of the building of the Panama Canal. It's a fascinating story. I believe 28,000 people died trying to build it, because in those early 1900s, you got the fever, you were done for. There were a lot of tragedies. Anyway, it was an incredible feat by Ken Burns. Thank you, Cristobal. Thank you. I just see it. Ken Burns. I'm not sure if Ken Burns did a thing on the Panama Canal or not, but for some reason it's in my brain that maybe he did. But in any event, I saw some really good footage of it, and it's a fascinating story. It really is. But you're not going to get that fascinating story in my video today. It's only a 2.5-minute video, and it's all about cruising. But if you get the chance, you got a couple minutes, check out the video. Let me know what you think about it, and please throw it a thumbs up. Thank you, by the way. We got 49 thumbs ups right here, right now, live at this moment. If you're watching me on a rerun right now, you're watching this show on rerun, please throw a thumbs up my way if you don't mind. This channel gains momentum day and night when videos like this get a surge of thumbs ups, whether it's on live or it's on rerun. So again, all of you out there who support this channel by throwing me these, I thank you. It really helps. Okay, let's see here. Tom Henry, I think I will hang out in the Coeur d'Alene Costco and illegally cross into Canada in Bruce's trunk. Tom, I think the Canadians would, the Canadian border guys, they'll welcome you with open arms. Oh, man, I'd love to have you guys up here. Linda Lou, hi, MGM Traveling. MGM saying hi, Linda Lou. Megan, listening in as my my Tums kick in. Right on. Vivian is here. Hi, everybody. Hi, Vivian. Welcome. Welcome back, Viv, says Linda Lou. Who else we got? She said, I fell asleep early today. Maria, I just received my certificate to book Azamara. You can stay longer. Right on. Scott Weber, Azamara is rather a niche, small upscale line. Sylvan, I can't possibly afford Azamara, whatever the company's name, but dreaming is free. That's right. Storms make me tired, says Vivian, and it's been storming in the UK big time. Unbelievable. Folks, I've got to excuse myself just 1 second. Pardon me, 1 minute. Don't go anywhere. I've got to turn on the air conditioning. It's getting hot in here. Yep. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Get her done. Gotta do it good. Gotta do it. Wouldn't be prudent not to do it. Gotta do it. And I'm going to turn my fan back on. There we go. All right. It's starting to get so warm in here, and I got my lights on that, there we go. I'm back. I had my light on, shining on me for lighting, and my fan conked out a while ago, and it's really warming up, so I've just turned on the air conditioning in the house. Welcome back for part 2. I'm all good to go. All right, here we are. Tom Tom Henry says, oh, sorry, Scott Weber says, Azamara markets their trips as cultural immersion. And I think that's their direction. I think they want to kind of keep doing that. And I got to tell you, based on the reaction from viewers of mine, whether they're subscribers or not, it is. I was pleasantly pleased at how many comments my videos have been receiving the last few weeks with regards to ports that cruise ships go to, why passengers stay on ships longer than, or don't even get off ships anymore. The comments have been very good and very thorough and thoughtful. But the cultural immersion angle is coming back at me again and again and again. People keep telling me that, saying, "Hey, this thing about trying to see the local areas and stuff can't be done in certain ports anymore. Too many people, too many ships. If you've got these 4 and 5 and 6,000 passenger cruise ships coming into port, 2 or 3 or 4 at a time, there's no cultural immersion. It's just traffic jams. It's gridlock. It's insane. These ports are not designed to handle 20,000 people in 2 hours coming in and going out. It's just not designed for that. And these small places in Europe where the ports are downtown. Downtown Marseille, Villefranche-sur-Mer. There's no way they're going to allow in 4 cruise ships in that beautiful little hamlet. Not a chance. Even in other cities, it's too much. It's just too much. Maybe a city like Barcelona, the city can absorb 20,000 people. But the problem is you got to get in and out of the port facility. It's a choke point, and it's just not fun. I don't want to be stressed like that. Anyway, that's an interesting point about Azamara being a cultural immersion specialist. Tom Henry, 88 degrees in Richmond, Virginia. Looks like those forest Virginia storms are headed this way. Maria, it's for adults only. That's another factor about Azamara. Linda Lou, Maria, I'm all for that. Vivian, I hate storms, Tom. Is my friend Paul here today? I thought he was. Duncan, Vivian, it's been raining for 3 days in Naples, says Duncan. Linda Lou says I haven't seen him. Okay, maybe he's not here. My posse is away, says Tom. Scott Weber, I bet Disney is kicking themselves for not buying more Orange County property around Anaheim when it was still cheap. Well, if you've ever seen, I did a video back in December of 17, in my 4th month, about the Disneyland deal, the Disneyland project. And if you ever want to find an interesting video, I personally, it's one of my favorites. The story of the building of Disneyland and how the company was almost bankrupt by it. They couldn't buy another acre. They couldn't buy another acre. And I think the problem they had was they could have in the first 5 years picked up more, but they didn't, because they thought they had enough. They thought they had more than enough, because they could not imagine 30 years later, 50 years later, the future. It would just never occurred to them. But oh my, have things changed. But in Orlando, by 67, so 12 years after the opening of Disneyland, in 1967, Walt Disney bought property in Orlando. And by that point, he knew, okay, I'm going to build a second one. I'm going to build a second theme park. But I'm not going to play this Anaheim game anymore. Oh, no. I'm not going to be building inside a limit of a town or anything like that. No. I'm going to buy property way out there, and I'm going to buy all the property around it to really secure my initial opening and future opening. So I can say to my executives, all right, you guys, I'm in my 60s now. I haven't got long to live, but I've given you a project here that you can develop for the next 50 years, long after I'm gone. And here you are. Here's the gift of land and room. And now you can expand Disney World out. And that's what's happened since 67, 52 years. Unbelievable. Yeah, if you get a chance to watch my video about Disneyland, again, I think it's a December 17 video. You'll have to do some digging. It might be in one of my playlists, like So I Know You Like a Good Story or something like that. Or you can do a search on it, Traveling with Bruce, Disneyland, or something like that. You might be able to pop it up on YouTube. In any event, there you go. Okay, moving on here. Vivian, Duncan, been raining here forever. Linda Lou, many of our gang is not here today. Tom Henry, laughing a lot. I wiped AWOL and it changed. Disney Rock, says Megan. Linda, good night, everybody. Tom Henry, next Viv will have her own Nessie. Scott Weber, how is what Azamara is doing? What is that? How is it in the cruise tours? It's okay. How's it different? I'm trying to read there's a typo in here. Scott Weber's talking about the fact that Holland America and Princess has land type stuff going on in Alaska, and this is going to become global. That's what I'm getting at. But Azamara does it adult only, and Azamara is going to offer short, integrated city type tours and what have you. It's the same, but it's different at the same time. I guess what I'm getting at. But it's going to become very common, I think. Margaret Lewis, I love cruising Disney. And good night, Linda, says Tom Henry. Now, Sylvan, we get some rain every day. It is the rainy season here. The orchids are loving it. Duncan and Bruce, I always get hotel before a cruise, and sometimes after. It seems I'm exhausted when I'm getting off the ship. I hear you there. I know that feeling. I'm so sleepy, says Megan. Loves to travel is here. Hi, just got through dumping containers of rain. It just had to rain again before we get the roof re-roofed. I hope it doesn't rain again tomorrow. They just got the roof supplies delivered, and it rained. Oh, my gosh, loves to travel. Not nice, not fair, but oh gosh, it is what it is. Welcome to my show again today. Nice to see you. I noticed you're over 12,000 subscribers now. I took a look at your channel last night. I said, how many do they have? And they got over 12,000. Welcome to the show, Sharon at Sea. Welcome. Linda Lou, I never want to get off the ship, Duncan. Sylvan, my dogs hate not being able to. Oh, what happened? He killed that message. Never mind. Documentary news. We have a lady who lives in the next county, gets sick Sunday at the Hard Rock on her honeymoon. Oh, that's too bad. Scott Weber, I'm seeing more cruise ship itineraries than that overnight in ports. Wes Morrison, I can see why Virgin Rail wants to extend their rail line from Miami to Orlando to cater to travelers who want to have a Disney World and a cruise. Exactly. Wes, you've nailed it. They're the city fathers of Miami. Met with the Virgin Rail people about building a train stop at the port of Miami. Right at the port of Miami. They're talking about putting the rail right there. I think that would be awesome. Absolutely brilliant if they can pull that off. I'd say sooner rather than later. Just get on it. Make it a priority and make it happen. That would be huge, a huge win. If they could make a stop in Fort Lauderdale with the rail right to the port of Fort Lauderdale. Smart move number 2. I would love to see that. Yes. Okay. Margaret Lewis, I prefer the older classic ships. I know the magic and wonder like the back of my hand, laugh out loud. I go for the rest and relaxation, so I don't need all the whiz bang of those monster ships. I hear you there. Lucy is afraid of lightning, poor baby, says Sylvan. Ed Tolson, I cannot wait till I can cruise. I canceled my cruise for January 2020. I decided to purchase a nice bed instead. Right on it. You got to get your rest there, buddy. Linda Lou, I so agree, Margaret. Let's see. A good night's sleep's important, says Linda Lou. Duncan and Linda Lou, everyone's faces are sad to get off the ship. Watching the people who are getting on, that's the worst thing. Yeah, they're all excited about getting on while you're getting off. I know. It's a sad thing. Zach Tube is here. Hi, Bruce and everybody. Welcome, Zach Tube. That's great. Tom Henry, I was looking for last-minute deals today. Found a $299 priced 7-day Alaska cruise on Norwegian Jewel. What's that? Who is free? Embarks next Monday. Something is free. Port fees are almost as high as the cruise. Ah, yes, I bet you that's right. Alaska's not cheap. Very interesting. $300 on Alaska cruise on the Jewel. Yeah. You can get some really good deals for Alaska cruises leaving Vancouver. Going up to Anchorage and then grab a cruise on the way back from Anchorage back to Vancouver. You can do, that's 2 weeks, but boy, you can get some good prices there. And that would be a nice 14-day relaxation deal for sure. Megan, for instance, already doing a post-trip stuff in Alaska, just as we were saying. Margaret, I love the 14-day kingdom to kingdom trip. Very few kids, less than 300. The food, oh my God, spa days were sea days. Oh, laugh out loud. It was so much fun. Disney for grown-ups. Margaret Lewis, well said. And I agree with that. That would be a fantastic trip for sure. That would be very relaxing. Great deal, Tom, says Linda Lou. Was that an inside cabin? Tom Henry, yes, it was. Duncan, Princess does land and sea, but I can't afford these prices. Glenn, that's incredible, Tom. Linda Lou, love Princess. Tom Henry, I was sail away cabin. So no, it was a sail away cabin, so no perks at all. Glenn, Edinburgh, I thought my 348 Australian South Pacific cruise was good, and it is good, but yes, that's a good deal too. Megan, Disney also has land and sea. Cristobal, Chris back to Puerto Rico. Hi, hello, Chris. Welcome to the show from Puerto Rico. I'm glad you're here today. Linda Lou, what kind of cabin is that, Tom? It's an inside, by the way. Robert, Super Robert Willis. Do they still have clay pigeon shooting on cruise ships? No, sir. Not for 20 years at least. They don't shoot golf balls off the back of cruise ships anymore either. Nothing goes in the oceans like that anymore. That's all over. Tom Henry, well, Puerto Rico is better than the Dominican Republic, especially these days. Have you been hearing the nonsense out of the Dominican Republic? What is going on down there? I am very saddened to hear that. Cristobal, 82 and sunny in Puerto Rico. Fantastic. Linda Lou is saying, Thomas saying, Linda Lou, that was an inside sail away deal. Okay, Tom, she says, Maria, 84 in Orlando. Raymond Kunz is here. Hey, Bruce, watching you from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Great job. Ramon, thank you for being here today. Greetings to everyone in St. Thomas and the area. I'm glad you're here. Tom Henry, it was funny. I tried a couple different cabin types. They must have been selling so fast that the website kept changing, and the sold out would flash up all the time. And the sold out signs would flash up. Welcome, Ramona. I love St. Thomas, says Tom Henry. Peter Heckema, Bruce, Disney's getting more and more expensive. 6 months ago, they increased daily passes by 10 to 15%. And yesterday, they upped the annual passes by 10%. Mega bucks for a family of four now. You're right, Peter. It's incredibly expensive to check in Disney World or check out Disneyland. But until there's a competitor, they rule the roost. You know, Universal Studios, you can buy passes there. But after a couple of days, you kind of done a big bunch of the Universal Studios. After 2 days, you haven't seen Disney World yet. After 4 days, you haven't seen Disney World yet. That's why people go back year after year or multiple times a year for years. And by the time you've seen it all, they've made changes to the parts you've already seen. Now you got to go check that out. It never ends. It never ends. Disney World is really an experience. Excuse me. Donnell is here from Ireland. Welcome from Cork, Ireland, sir. And he's saying hi to Tom and Vivian, Linda Lou, Ed, Scott, Peter, everyone else. Donnell, thank you for being here from Ireland as always. Great to have you, buddy. Scott Weber saying hi. Everyone's saying hi to Donnell. Donnell saying, hey, are those big city ports packed during peak times only or year round? Peak times for sure. For sure, that's when they're packed to the rafters. So we're talking late June, all of July, all of August. After middle of September, it really eases up because the kids are back in school, people are back at work. May, June, very good time to go as well. And the weather is much more tolerable for Mediterranean spots in particular. So Donnell, shoulder season's definitely worth looking at. Linda Lou, January 6, 2018 was the day my fiance died. I'm sorry, Linda Lou, for that information. Sorry that happened. And all my best wishes, as always, to you. Duncan and Bruce, why don't you do a bloopers video just for laughs? Duncan, I have 950 videos. There's only 24 hours in the day, and I sleep 6 of them. I don't know how I could possibly do it. I would need to hire a person just to do that for me. I really would. It is now, this channel's library is now so huge that it's impossible for me to do it. It's just impossible for me. I would then have to stop everything else for days to do this, and it's just not going to happen. Plus, I far prefer to be doing something new all the time. I'm always on the newest thing. But yeah, I hear you. There've been the odd mispronunciation of a name or a place, I'm sure. The odd, blooper here and there, but I mean, they're hard to find, aren't they? Yeah. Linda Lou, hi, Donnell. Loves to travel. Bruce, you can talk so fast, it wears me out. Just try to keep up listening to you. Thank you for that, because I get the opposite comments too. I get those, you just go on and on, and you don't get to the damn point where you just shut the hell up and tell us what you want to say and get off the air. But the thing is, I have nothing better to do. This is it. I don't have a day job waiting for me, so, and I'm not doing the lawn, so I'm here. But thank you. Love to travel. It used to be a lot easier, When I was a kid, it was a lot easier. There was always food in the fridge. I never had to do anything about it. Bills were always paid. Didn't have to do anything about it. It was so easy. It's not that easy anymore. I have to pay for everything. It's not fair. Anyway, there you go. Lives are fun, says Megan. Sherry, hey, Bruce. Sherry, awesome sunsets. Welcome, my dear, to the show. Wendy Thompson, hi all. It's 91 temperature here. Welcome, Wendy. Linda Lou saying hi to everybody. Everyone's saying hi to everybody here. Nurse Nancy is here. Hi there, TWB peeps. So my Wisconsin tribe have arrived, and my friends, thank you. You're welcome. Maria says, laughing out loud. Sherry, hello, everybody. She's naming off all the names. I can't read them all, too many. Larry Norman, love your show. Any update on the Carnival Vista? No update on the Carnival Vista. She's still apparently at sea. I think she arrives in Mexico. Is it tomorrow? I'm not even sure. Or was it today? It's got 2 Mexico stops and then 3 sea days back. Today's Tuesday, so it'll be back on Sunday. So I think it might still be at sea today. So no news. No news, good or bad. No news. That might be a good thing from Carnival's perspective, I would say. Okay, Nurse Sherry saying hi. Nurse Nancy, thanks, Tom. Who else have I got here? Let me just move through here. I got to catch up with you guys. There's so many messages still to do. Everyone's saying hi to everybody. Margaret Lewis, love those shorts, by the way. I hope you didn't see them. I was trying to slink out so you wouldn't see it. 82 and sunny in St. Louis, says Sherry. Nurse Nancy, they're such cute pups, Tom, says Nurse Nancy. Okay, let's see here. Who else have I got here? Wes Morrison, I found you while I was doing research for our January 2018 cruise to the West Indies on the Viking Sea. What an asset you have been in regards to your cruise knowledge. Thank you, Wes, for your kind words. And thank you for letting me know. How did you find me? Folks, how did you find this channel? Do you remember how in the world did you ever become a member of TWB? How did you find me? Did you just stumble into it? How did it happen? I'd love to know. Let's see. Vivian wants to know, Donnell, are you dry or treading water? Wes Morrison told me that. Sherry, booking a Disney cruise for a client today. It's a Halloween on the High Seas cruise. Right on, Sherry. Mr. Grumpy, 53. Next April, I'm on the Bliss. 21 days from Seattle, stopping in Colombia, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Mexico, LA, San Francisco, Victoria, and Seattle. Fantastic, Mr. Grumpy. Vivian, I keep nodding off. Sherry, hello. Megan, I would love to go to Costa Rica. Larry Norman, hey Bruce, new viewer from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I love your show. Thank you, Larry. I know I have another viewer from Baton Rouge, Louisiana here. Fantastic. Christopher, how do I pronounce that last name? See, bloopers, right? Chiasio, I have no idea. Christopher C is here. Hi, Christopher C. I just got in the chat. What are we talking about? Christopher, we love talking about cruise ships, cruise ship holidays, vacations, all that kind of stuff. Welcome to the show from wherever you are. Let's see here. Nurse Nancy, just like it's like whatever, Donnell. Whatever. Okay, Vivian. I think you're right, Sherry. Night, everyone. Can't do it tonight. You take care, Vivian. You have a good evening. All right. Every time my phone rings, I lose my video, but I can still hear you. It's crazy. Laughing out loud. Maria saying on her phone. Welcome, Maria again. Sylvan, I got a Halloween party invitation a few years ago. I shall dress as Lord Varys from the Game of Thrones. Very fashionable. Should be fun. I've never watched the Game of Thrones episode. Never. Not one. Ever. I have no idea who these people are. I don't want to know. Margaret Lewis. Bruce, you were thinking about Ken Burns. Cristobal. Ken Burns. Bruce. Donnell. Thanks, Nurse Nancy. I might stick with whatever. Wes Morrison, it was the French who started the construction of the canal. I think you're right. I do believe that. I do kind of recall that a bit. Sherry, hi friends. Watch my Instagram this weekend. I'm going to try to go live from Branson, Missouri. Right on, Sherry. Give it a go. Maria, okay, video's back. Thank you. Nurse Nancy, did we scare him off? Pamela, my first cruise was through the Panama Canal. Ended up getting around $40 back because they weren't charged as much as they had estimated. That's interesting, Pamela. Vivian, watch out for those UK alligators laughing out loud. Lydia Lockwood. Hey, hi, Lydia. Welcome. Donnell, I like Jennifer Lawrence's quote, I'm too lazy to be neurotic. It was in today's paper. That's great. Brittany, I have been listening as I've been hanging out with my niece. She just left to go home. She'll be back tomorrow, and she was here every day this week. Right on, Brittany from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Thank you, Brittany. Kirk Bronson. Kirk from New York City is finally here. I will watch the full show on the rerun. Right on, Kirk. Lydia Lockwood, I'm still here. Cristobal, Bruce, Disney had the southern part of Puerto Rico to build. Disney chose Florida. The southern part of Puerto Rico does not get much rain, as much rain. Interesting. Donnell, welcome, Kirk, and you too, Brittany Lockwood and Lydia. Disney does things right always, says Brittany Lockwood. Cruise with Us is here. Howdy, TWB guys. Welcome, Cruise with Us, to my show. Howdy from Donnell as well. Patricia, Spinicia. Patricia S. is here. Hello, Patricia. My parents took me to the World's Fair in 1964. That would be New York, I believe. I was 5 years old and I got lost during a rainstorm at night when we were leaving for home. I have fond memories of the many attractions sent to Florida. Interesting. The World's Fair, though, was that 64? Was that not New York, if I recall? Welcome to my channel, Patricia. I'm glad you're here. Cruise with us. Howdy, DOM. Jeremy G. Hi, everybody. Bruce, I'm still waiting for a fast train. I'm still waiting for a fast train from San Bernardino to Vegas. Yes, Jeremy G. And with the current administration, you're going to be waiting quite a while longer. There ain't going to be no fast train under the Trump administration. Get in the car and pollute the air like everyone else. Oh, my gosh. Jeremy, welcome to my show. Loves to travel. Bruce, you have me confused thinking I'm someone else. But, hey, that person sounds more interesting. Well, maybe I'm wrong. That photo of you, the photo you have really reminds me of somebody else. And please forgive me if I'm confusing with someone else. I apologize. Nonetheless, welcome, loves to travel to my channel. Margaret Lewis, thanks so much, Bruce. See you later. Jeremy G, we have Knott's Berry Farm, but it can compete with Disneyland. No, not a chance. Sherry, hello, Brittany. Scott Weber, Pish Pash, Universal Orlando. Go to the Real Deal in Hollywood where they made Dracula and Frankenstein. There you go. And I enjoyed the Hollywood version of Universal, definitely. Sherry, hello, Cruise with us. Cruise with us says, howdy, Sherry. John LeBeau, hey, hello, TWB and everybody. Raleigh was 96 today, hot and humid, gas 223 a gallon. Welcome, John LeBeau. Duncan N, wow, I understand, just a thought. Sylvia, just saying hi. I just say hi, Linda Lou. Down boring here. Welcomes Sylvia. You hang in there. Sherry, hello, Sylvia. Scott Weber, Sherry Awesome Sunsets. From your name, I assume you're in the travel business. She not only does that, she has a YouTube channel, Sherry Awesome Sunsets Travel. Check her out. Tom Henry, hi, Sylvia. No cooler Paul today. Yes, I am a travel advisor, Scott. Can I personal message you on Facebook? Yes, you can. You can get a hold of her for sure. It's Awesome Sunsets World Travel. Absolutely. Cruise with us. I received a signed TWB. That's how I found your channel. I received a sign. Interesting. Tom Henry, I've never done YouTube before. I found Bruce, who posted his link in a Facebook for the ill-fated Sun Construction Cruise last March 2018. I did a lot of coverage on that disastrous cruise for sure. Kelly, Sherry, is that where I need to message you? Scott Weber, Sherry, you can book Regent 7 Seas. Brittany, I'm the other Baton Rouge viewer, but maybe not for much longer as I plan to move out of Baton Rouge. Jeremy G, I was searching for cruise info and ran across your video and I got hooked. Thank you, Jeremy G. Brittany, I have never seen Game of Thrones either. Scott Weber, I found you from a YouTube recommendation. Fantastic. Sherry, Kelly Hassan, I have your message. I'll work on it tonight. Tom Henry, Donnell, Cindy bought your Irish butter. We'll be trying it on a baked potato shortly. Right on, Tom Henry, way to go. Cindy bought some Irish butter. Fantastic. John LeBeau, I found you when I was home after an operation on my knee. I became a YouTube fanatic between Disney and cruising. I found TWB and Dan's Family Vacations. Right on, John. Another great channel. John LeBeau, Don's Family Channel. That's right. Scott Weber, Sherry Awesome, saying hello. I'll send you an email. Donnell, hope you enjoy it, Tom and Cindy. Hope you enjoy that butter. Tom Henry, might be one reason to vote for Biden. He's a train lover. We need some gravity levitation trains. That's what we need in the U.S. They were invented in the U.S. That's where the research came from, by the way. Donald Cavallero, when is the best time to go on the Panama Canal cruise? I heard this. Oh, gosh, when was that? Was it the fall and the spring? Because it's not rainy season. I think that's what I had heard. You can do Google search on the weather for Panama Canal. Let's see here. Welcome to the channel, by the way. Glad you made it. Glad you could join us. Thank you, Donald. Tyne in VR. I was on the Norwegian Bliss November 18th from LA to Miami. That must have been a great cruise. Linda Lou, hi, John. Sherry, perfect. Scott Weber, Linda Lou, hi, Sylvia. Loves to travel. That's okay. I haven't been here for a while. I'm from Kansas. Right on, dear. Welcome from Kansas. Loves to travel. Tom Henry, when is it not raining? John LeBeau, hello, Linda Lou. Sylvain, great show as usual, Bruce. Thanks. I have to tend to dinner. Take care. See you for trivia. You got it. I'm on at 8 o'clock tonight for trivia, guys. Pamela, I can't remember what I ate for breakfast. I definitely can't remember how I found you. I have no idea. Sherry, Bruce, I think I found your channel through D&G Explorers. Fantastic. Fantastic. Pamela, we did Panama Canal in January. It was beautiful. Fantastic. I've caught the messages. Thank you, everybody. We have 58 thumbs ups for this show. Thank you, everybody, for your support today and thumbs ups. 44 of you are still tolerating my my ramblings here. Thank you for being here on this show. I'll be on again at 8 o'clock tonight for live trivia, and that is in less than 2 hours, 1 hour, 45 minutes. So come on back and join us for live trivia. I got my questions ready to roll. We'll have some fun on that. Sherry, you're laughing out loud, Pamela. And in the meantime, take it easy. If I don't see you tonight at 8, we'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday at 5 o'clock for my regular show. Heads up, Friday this week, I will not be on the air. I'm taking this Friday off. I have friends coming in from out of town. And Ainsworth Hot Springs has calling my name, and I will be in the Ainsworth Hot Spring for the day with my pals. And so Friday is off, but I'm on Thursday for 2 shows and Saturday as usual. So I look forward to seeing you tonight at 8 and tomorrow and Thursday. All right, there you go, guys. Have a great rest of the evening for those of you on the East Coast. And in Europe and the UK, thank you for being here. I'll catch you later at 8. In the meantime, everybody, stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy, stay cool if it's kind of hot out there. And we'll catch you at 8 tonight, hour and 45 minutes from now. We'll see you later.